Hopefully I have this all set up. Got that going. Hey, I've got the stream started. Slowly but surely, piecing all of the things together. Welcome, welcome to whoever's already in chat. I think I've got everything set up. Yep. I'm gonna ask see if I can even remember how to play this game. Yeah, just doing some derping around to play. Really excited for Wilds, so. What was I even doing? Who wanted to talk? I need some Zinogre fur. Hey, it's going alright. How's it going, man? Just testing out a new setup, trying to see how this scheduling works, I guess. Hoping to start up doing Tuesdays. I think this is the right one. Mega Demon Drugs. Will forewarn everyone, I am by no means great at this game. But dang if it isn't one of the most fun franchises. Yeah. Sadly no Blade today. I'm gonna see how I fare on the solo runs. I don't remember the controls at all. Been playing entirely too much Elden Ring. As if that is an actual possibility. Too much. I'm just trying to pick up the bug. E button. We're hoping to get some more Dead Rising going pretty soon too. Been really itching to play some more of that. I have not had the pleasure of playing any yet. It is on the short list of get as quickly as possible. I think the thing I'm most excited about with it is the whole point system they have going on for the characters, so you're gonna have to learn more than just what would overtly be the best characters in the game. Brilliant play, in my opinion. Have you got to try it out any? I keep trying to use the Y button to mess with picking up items because I just stopped playing Elden Ring. Not sure why I'm prepping so hard. I'm back in low rank. Or, well, high rank technically. Just not master. Ah. Well, if you get a hold of it before me, please let me know what you think. I am beyond curious to see how people are taking it. The real fun will be when I get it and I strong arm Blade into a Fight Night Friday. I don't think I've ever pulled that combo off like that well at all. I don't think I even got it all the way off. I thought I had that fish on my radial menu, and it seems that I do not. Ah. Ow. Oh, I don't even have the thing. For real. I don't think I know of another franchise that does what ifs quite as well. Oh, I dodged straight into that. At least it was pretty. That was probably my favorite thing about the Xenoverse games, was just how wild some of those could be. Toby's this way. Can't get him to jump off of that. I think one of the things I'm most excited about, other than the story stuff, though, is I'm a major Gohan stan, I guess you would say, and I want to know how many points his variations are going to be. Ow, Jesus. Valstrax over here beating the brakes off. Oh, and I messed it up. Oops. Oh well. My audio's at least halfway decent right now, right? Trying not to have to mess with stuff too much, but sometimes technology has other plans. God, I forgot just how cool Valstrax was. Or is. About to be was. Ah, dang it. Cool deal, thank you. I probably stress about that more than I should. Oh, there's the stun. I did. I need to know what the official names are. Like, I feel like Wrath Greymon, or was it Tigrex or Rathalos? But just whatever Greymon and Xenogarurumon just seemed like it would be way too easy. But who knows? And I'll also say that like I would complain at all. It also makes me curious if they're going to do more combinations, because there are a bunch that I think could be really cool. I know it's just wishful thinking, but Xeno'jiiva Angemon. I was gonna say maybe having a not a flagship, a final boss might be a bit much though. I guess spoilers for anyone who hasn't played that one in particular. Is it leaving again? Okay. You know, I'm not sure. There may be some like affiliations, but I'm pretty sure this is through, or Monster Hunter's through Capcom, so. I have to check that out. You would get paralyzed right as I hit green. And for any who may be wondering, I'm just using a really simple poison self-regen build, because it's kind of easy mode, I guess. Really need to sharpen. Don't you run away. And I don't have the buddy thing up to warp straight to it. Oh well. It feels like if they're both owned by Bandai, that this would have happened a lot sooner. Now that I'm actually thinking on it. But that's just me talking to talk, so. Because quite frankly, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't happened sooner even so. Because, I mean, it wouldn't have really made sense for Pokemon to do it. Well, I am, like, about as strictly casual as you can be with builds. I really like the games, but I'm not a speedrunner. I do not really desire to be a speedrunner, so I don't really know all the meta myself either. I just know that if I'm steadily ticking my HP up and they're steadily ticking their HP down and they don't one-shot me, I mean, mathematically, it should be some kind of good plan. I ain't here to get a good time, I'm here to have a good time. I say as he wakes up immediately upon me arriving. Valstrax, buddy, you missed. I will say, Rise and World are both phenomenal games if you ever really, like, just got the urge, and they are on sale pretty frequently. And you would not have to look far for someone to play, like, with. Just hit me up. Yeah, generally, pretty exclusively what I end up playing with Monster Hunter is a kind of a status bug with a shield. Also play a lot of light bow gun, because for some reason, despite being terrible at most FPS games, the Monster Hunter aspect makes it alright, I guess. I don't know. Apparently I have achievements I still haven't gotten on here. Didn't think those were till much later. I think that's all I've got here for now. See, one other problem I'm gonna have is I'm actually doing this playthrough with a buddy of mine, so I'm gonna have to stick to not story progression at the moment. That's not the way I need to go. Baby. Actually, I can go back by here too. Essentially, yeah, we started this up a little while back when they announced, or me and my buddy Yamato. We started this up when they announced Wilds, and we've kind of picked it back up now that it's ramping up the excitement again. And the plan was to play Star Force, but Nintendo's being kind of weird. So, just figured this would be a safe bet. Just get on here and do some of the extra stuff so we can progress story later and maybe see if there are other people interested in some Monster Hunter for later. Just want to go ahead and do some duo quests, follower quests. Luchica, Jay, Rondine, Arlo. Doing it sushi. I need to do a lot more of the high rank stuff to get some better layered armor. My current loadout looks kinda garbo. But also, at least my pets are pretty cool. But yeah, basically the whole point with Monster Hunter is just learning how to do your prep and then doing your progression loop. Uh-oh, we got... Sorry, wife is having animated conversation. Can't exactly blame her. Buffs. This one doesn't have Garurumon helping it out yet. I have a chance. Alright, got the poison. So this may just be something I was told, but I've always played it like fun fact, but I've always been told that poison in Monster Hunter is the only status effect you can keep building up more while the monster is affected by it. It's also why I generally tend to lean poison. So. That being said, even right now the thing's taking damage. Or I say, it looks like it's already gotten over the poison. Sir, can you chill out? That was inopportune. Oh, got the ride. Man. Nothing really looks even, but can I actually see where I'm going? Yes. Come here and help me fight this thing, Narga. No, no, no! Ah, crap. Can I go back up? Oh, you know what? Never mind. Don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. Let's go ahead and get this going. Keep the weapon nice and sparkly. I'm trying to hit L3 to jump off the dog like it's Torrent. So you say you don't know a whole lot about Monster Hunter, but keeping on with the whole Digimon Monster Hunter thing, you got any other Digimon you'd like to see combined? I feel like my first answer is kind of the just cop out all of them, but too close. Yeah, gotta keep them fatigued. Oh, is that the stun? No. Ah, I was hoping. Well, fun fact, if you haven't seen it, we do have a couple Digimon Metabots. I'm not sure how many exactly, but we had initially Ometamon, which is just Omnimon as a Metabot. And then, unless I'm mistaken, they did release an official, like, War Greymon and maybe Metal Garurumon one. But I think that might have been for, like, the phone game. That is Scoob, not Torrent, Rio. That is not how you stop that one. Yeah, I need to look into that again. It's probably been a good 6-7 months since I've even like thought about that project, and now I feel kind of bad about it. Ow, that paralysis did not feel great. Yeah. If nowhere and no one else, you can expect videos on that day one if I'm aware of it. Yeah, more Metabots in general would be pretty cool. I have thought about trying to find another copy of the old GameCube game I used to have. I don't remember a, absolute ton about it, but it was about all the Metabots I had outside of the anime. Yo, I still really want to get the Monster Rancher remakes. Because I never had Monster Rancher, but I had a friend and over at their place all the time. But the best part about it was they just had so many CDs. Yo, heck yeah. And the Noger not happy. Yeah, I remember having like this weird, I want to say it was like a phoenix looking thing that I had for ever going in a run with some Monster Rancher. I have been chasing that feeling with Monster Tamers ever since. Got it quite a few times, so. But Monster Rancher was definitely a big phase back in the day. Well, it's finally running away. Wonder how hard the GBA games are, like, to actually get a hold of right now. I don't think I've ever played the Metabots GBA games more than just, like, getting to see them turned on, basically. Yeah, not much took off like Pokemon did, sadly. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad Pokemon did well, but I feel like we could have done even better with a little bit more competition there. And I think about it, maybe with a little competition, we wouldn't have the whole debacle going on with Pokemon that's going on now anyways. And see, that's one of my absolute favorite things in video games, just ever, is customization, though. Like, it doesn't matter how clunky your system is, if I have enough customization that I can eventually break it, I'm down for it. I think it's because it kind of like turns RPGs into not really a puzzle game, but you can kind of get that feel from it. It's just a real treat seeing all of the different parts that you picked out come together. Oh, it's running away. Yeah, it just feels like they don't really have to do as much work anymore. And I've kind of felt that too. I think Scarlet and Violet are some of the better narratively that we've had in a while. Casually just take a sip of a cappuccino while the Zenogre's charging you. Great idea, Rio. But yeah, there's just always something missing from them lately. So I would love to come back to the golden age of Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Kind of dating myself a little there, but because there are better games mechanically, but I just don't think they've put the same amount of love into a game since those two. Pay attention. Starting to have to chug potions. It's getting a little embarrassing. Oh no! No! I have fallen. Scarlet and Violet's DLC is phenomenally good. Like, they're basically their own, like, mini generation. But yeah, if you still have copies of them, I would, honest to goodness, highly recommend it. Do you have your electricity up already, or are you immune to it entirely? Yeah, nice. Yo, solid choices. The only real gripe I have with the black and white games is the weird like experience gating kind of thing they do. Like I could understand it to a degree, but not as severe. Yeah. Trying to remember I think the last time I played through Black and White 2 was when I was doing a steel monotype. Let me tell you, that early Magnemite made a difference. Yeah. I think ZA has a lot of potential. Especially, like, I've really liked basically all the gimmicks Pokemon has done. I even liked Dynamaxing. But Mega has just always been where it's at, in my opinion. So the fact they're bringing that back, if they keep it back, like, even if it's just like in the next generation or something, ugh, it basically just prints itself, like prints money itself. Have some before me to come out first. Gotcha. I think those are supposed to be like really good equipment for the buddies. Agreed. And you see, that's the thing too, is like, it's not like they have to search very hard for off the wall Pokemon that would be potentially or not fan favorites, but like good candidates, but not the overtly just favorites. They really didn't. And it's really funny that, personally, with the Mega lowering Garchomp's speed, I thought it was a little bit worse. But I would say the only, like, fan favorite thing that I think needs the Mega would be Flygon. But past that, there's so many different options. Not gonna lie, I think a Mega Sudowoodo would probably be the funniest thing they've ever done if they do something like that. Alright. Only have I really need to do some more of those. A Mega Mantine would go pretty hard, and I feel like would be an off the wall pick. Follow the collab. I have other things that need done. Double check because I'm paranoid. I mean, that's fair, honestly. But at the same time, like, the boy needs a little bit of love. He got the one spot in the limelight in the Jirachi movie and then just kind of fell off. Yo, Mega Octillery would go hard. Just imagining it like the cannon mouth thing extending into like a launcher platform kind of thing. That would be wild. And that idea is way better, actually. I really want to see that. Personally, I would like to... No. I was gonna say, like... maybe a Mega Volcarona, but I'm not sure how fan favorite that one is or isn't, and it just got 2 Paradoxes, so... Yeah, Bug Dragon Flygon would have been spectacular. Finally loses the ground typing, does something else like an ascended antlion kind of thing. I don't know. There was just a lot of potential for stuff they could have done with it, and they just didn't really. Mega Conkeldurr would go pretty good with just any kind of aesthetic, honestly. Yeah, I'm not sure how many different permutations of man with ridiculously thick arms you could do that wouldn't just work with his design. Leopard could probably do pretty good with one. I don't think I've seen it do much outside of... What's up, Sir Isaac? I think the only one I would want to see out of Gen 2 would basically have to be Ambipom, or not Ambipom, Apom, but I guess Ambipom overall. Oh, glad to hear it. I'm testing out a bit of a new setup, and hopefully this time frame will be a at least semi-regular solo stream for me if all goes well. So figured I'd throw on some Monster Hunter just to have something to do. See if anyone wanted to hang out and chat. I never fixed my dang switch skills. I need that weird sharpen thing. Pirate with a broken mast. I can dig that. I'm always a sucker for anything pirate related though, so I feel like I might be a bit biased with that idea. I am aware. Oh. Nice. What's up, Sunsmog? Cool deal. Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to be active with the chat too, but also fight the monsters. I am what I would like to call painfully casual at these games, so. How's it going? Ah, I did the charge again. Yeah, just doing some Monster Hunter. Figured easiest way to test it would be something I already had going on my computer, so testing a bit of a new setup and a hopefully new scheduling time. So if y'all are free, hopefully you can look forward to me being up and going Tuesdays. Yo, Prish was such a fun character, and I just really regret that I never really got good with her. Some of the combos and stuff you can do with her really leave your opponents like, is it ever going to be my turn? Sharpen. I don't like being below white. I do less than optimal gameplay. I would like my damage numbers to stay in the optimal range. feel like Windmill might just be more effective overall in general. Yo, back when the game came out, it was almost a problem how much we quoted that man. Gilgamesh is just great. And he is quite terrifying too in the hands of an expert, because you can't predict that guy. Do I have a way to like help her up? No. Yo, Final Fantasy V was a treat. Where am I going? If I could just stop trying to use Elden Ring controls, my guys. But yeah, you said you got into the 13th cycle, so you should be getting pretty well and into actual endgame builds now. Right? I actually have the Pixel Remaster for 6 on my Steam Deck right now. I'm needing to finish beating it. Yeah. Next big game I'm actually planning to get, though, is actually going to be that Metaphor ReFantazio. If there's not a streaming embargo on it, might actually try and play some of that for y'all. Gotcha. I've got the names of the arcs mixed up at this point. Because for some reason I was thinking the 13th was what you unlock after the 13th. So yeah, no, you've still got a little bit. Once you get into in-game stuff though, if you wanna go a few rounds, you can finally show off that satanic onion kid to someone. Ah, Jesus. Trying to get all my heals and stuff, but also pay attention to the chat. Oh, it's almost dead, actually. Let's just... I bet you don't actually... Okay, well, let's try it out. Nice! Can be caught. Just a second. Check it. Getting contacted about tonight's Pathfinder game, so... Yeah. I've had a pretty trusted person tell me they think it's probably going to be the best Persona like we're going to have for a hot minute because it's going to be hard to top. So I'm pretty excited, to say the least. And to be perfectly fair, I kind of need a break from the SMT5 Vengeance post-game bosses. Those guys hit hard. Go ahead and eat. Yeah. It's the Persona thrown into a already overtly fantasy setting, and that just excites me.
Yeah.
Why does it only let me take Luchigo? Do I have to like talk to them again?
That's why the people in Hawaii, they have
Cool. Yeah. The thing I'm gonna struggle with the most with the metaphor though is the persistent what build am I planning to go when I'm only like an hour and a half into the game already trying to plan for post game stuff. Can I not take Minoto if I've done a quest? Oh well. I'm not gonna stress it. Have I selected your weapon? You're gonna go hunting horn. I think I'm good to go. Nice! Dude, FES is an experience. It's one of those things, if you can get your hands on it, I do recommend it, but if you don't make it all the way through it, I'm not gonna blame you. But honestly, as long as you can handle not having control of your party, I feel like you can probably handle it. Because that was the main hang up for me. Because their AI is not great sometimes. It's just really not. Cut the thing. Oh, yeah. Uh, my main dog in this has always been named Scoob. Like, the moment they announced that you could have Palamutes in this game, I was just like, cool, so I got a Scoob. And then my cat is actually named Frosh from the little adorable green cat in Fairy Tale because I'm a sucker, if nothing else, for anything cute. Yeah. I I think that the original P3 and FES did it in a really cool way because you can manage their tactics. Just go in knowing that whatever tactic decision you make, they're gonna take it with a grain of salt. Like – they're, gonna just do their own thing sometimes. But I mean, if it tells you anything, though, I'm planning on trying to keep that going, like the just picking tactics for as long as I can with my Orpheus only run. I don't have a lot of hope for merciless difficulty like that, though. HP full yet? Come on. That'll work. Alright, let's get the worst one out of the way. Well, if you learn all the mechanics and stuff with it, you can do it. I have utmost faith. Utmost faith. I can't talk today to save my life. But yeah, you can honestly do it with like just the pro tag solo, so it's possible. I rolled into it. That just completely ignored my shield. Oh. No, this way. That is a really big help in FES. Like, I'll be straight up with you. I'm not sure I could have done the final boss, not final boss, the first boss in Tartarus if I couldn't pick my own weapon. Like, I just do not think it was mathematically possible for that run. Oh. Right, there we go. That's what I was supposed to be doing. Yeah. The biggest thing with doing that is just being able to pick which of the weaknesses you're going to be hitting. And it's kind of like we were talking about in that Metabots conversation earlier. Just sometimes just having the options of customization is nice in a video game and can make all the difference by itself. Really got to start using the lock on more. Ah, I thought I got out of the way of it. Yeah, I really agree with that. And I feel like that's just not something that's talked about enough in a lot of more modern games. Player expression really does just make a huge difference in just everything. And at this point, if you don't have something that actively makes a second or third playthrough like worth your while, I mean, you don't really have a way to keep up the longevity of your game anymore. There's a charm to stuff like SMT, Elden Ring, Monster Hunter, where it's just like, this time I'm gonna do magic, or this time I'm gonna do Unga Bunga, and then the more layers of that you can add on. Oh, you got him. Oh, maybe not. If he gets out before I stun him. Got him. Now you're still fighting those little guys. Okay. It may just be me, but this feels like a really big Rakna-Kadaki. Yeah, New Game Plus is always a pretty hype thing to see with the game too. Remember the first time I was ever told anything about a New Game Plus? It was a buddy of mine talking about a Chrono Trigger. I was just like, that sounds like the most amazing thing ever conceived by humankind. Of course, you know, I was little middle school Rio, but I feel like I was onto something at that point in time. I don't know why I keep trying to use Metsu. I'm just going to keep with the Destroyer Oil. Dang it. And it's leaving. I'm fine. Keep telling me I can't fight in such a state. I'm doing great. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was about halfway through before you mentioned it being a little bit harder. Like, don't they like remove your parry timing indicators and stuff like that in the Arkham games? One of those things like, hope you actually learned something in that first run. And it's time for an actual test suddenly. Yeah, those are kind of my favorite New Game Pluses, is stuff like, again, I keep going to Souls-likes, but Arkham games did it. Borderlands does a pretty good variant of it, if you ask me. Just have more of the game, but with a little bit more engagement required. So if you like it enough that you want to run through it again, it's not just going to go stale in 2 seconds. Because I'll admit, your standard RPG where you start over with Ultima Weapon is great and all, but after your third start over with Ultima Weapon, it kind of gets. Yeah, Arkham does a really good job like that. But I think that's honestly what keeps people coming back to those. Like I said before, having the reasons to re-engage. I mean, there's a reason I did Skyrim for a bajillionth time here in the last few months. They didn't have him at the start, but the testers couldn't get the timing. I mean, I believe it. Because going to hard mode was something. Well, with that, my friends, regrettably, I must go. I have other matters I must attend to today, but should all go well, Tuesday starting 10 or 11 o'clock, I should be right here. So if you want to join me again, I'll look forward to seeing you. But that being said, this has been Ryoji42 with Flashing Blades, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.